There's the version of reality you were taught, and then there's the version buried in classified files, ancient texts, and whispered testimony. This is Stellar Saga Sphere, and we connect the dots. What I'm about to tell you comes from alternative historical claims that challenge the traditional timeline of ancient Egypt and early civilization. According to this narrative, the earliest pharaohs of the Nile Valley were said to have originated from a region called Kasseti, believed to have been part Sudan and part Egypt. Within this theory, these early kings were described as descendants of the Anunnaki, alleged extraterrestrial beings said to have arrived on Earth from a planet called Nibiru. The story places these events sometime after a great flood that was said to have affected the Nile Valley, and in this account, one of the earliest rulers to emerge was a figure known as Tahuti, also called Jehudi, or more commonly, Thoth. Ancient traditions describe Thoth as a great keeper of wisdom. According to proponents of this theory, Thoth was responsible for constructing major structures in Kemet, the ancient name for Egypt, and his influence, they claim, appears in cultures all over the world. Many native traditions speak of a mysterious wisdom bringer who arrived, taught advanced knowledge, and then disappeared. Now here's where the story takes an even more dramatic turn. Some versions of this narrative claim that Thoth ruled for thousands of years before eventually leaving Egypt and traveling to Mesoamerica. Supporters of the theory often point to the presence of pyramid structures in both Egypt and the Americas as evidence of this ancient connection. One location frequently mentioned is Teotihuacan in Mexico, which some alternative researchers claim translates roughly to the place of the gods, or, in their interpretation, the land associated with Tahuti. As the generations of pharaohs supposedly continued, the focus then shifts to one of the most controversial rulers in Egyptian history, Pharaoh Akhenaten. Historically, Akhenaten is known for attempting to introduce a form of monotheism, encouraging the worship of a single god over the traditional Egyptian pantheon. But in this alternative narrative, his story goes much further. According to the claim, Akhenaten's religious revolution led to his removal from power and eventual exile from Kemet. And this is where some researchers make a bold connection. They propose that Akhenaten and the biblical figure Moses may actually be the same person, or at least closely linked. In this version of events, Akhenaten, upon leaving Egypt, allegedly took with him the Ark of the Covenant. But here, the Ark is not viewed purely as a sacred religious artifact. Instead, some proponents describe it as an advanced technological device, one that may have once played a role in powering the Great Pyramid itself. The theory suggests the Great Pyramid functioned as a kind of massive energy generator, possibly using water flow from the Nile beneath the structure to create electrical effects. And if that were true, the removal of the Ark would have effectively taken the pyramid's power source offline. The story continues into even more controversial territory. According to certain esoteric traditions, ancient mystery schools existed throughout the ancient world. Secret institutions where selected individuals were trained and initiated into higher knowledge. Within this narrative, one of the figures said to have been chosen is Yeshua, also known as Jesus. The claim is that Yeshua studied within these mystery schools and was taught what some call Christ consciousness, a spiritual awareness that, according to proponents, existed long before the New Testament was written. Supporters of this theory often point to similarities between teachings attributed to Thoth and the teachings of Jesus, suggesting that what appeared in the New Testament may have been the public expression of much older knowledge. Now, to be clear, mainstream historians and archaeologists strongly dispute these interpretations. But what keeps this theory alive is the way it attempts to connect ancient Egypt, biblical figures, Mesoamerican pyramids, and global mythologies into one continuous narrative. And for many researchers, the real mystery isn't whether every detail is correct. It's why so many ancient traditions, separated by oceans and thousands of years, seem to echo the same kinds of stories. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? And tell me this, do you want more ancient theology connected to extraterrestrials, or more current extraterrestrial events?